You guys have always wanted a time machine, right? You've always wanted the superpower of time travel. Well, here it is. This is it. This lets you travel time. This is your time machine. How does it work? It's just a bunch of lines that kind of look cool, but I mean, time machine, yeah. What ends up happening is when you say you want a time machine, essentially what are you trying to do? You're trying to get back to where you missed an opportunity. You're trying to get back to where you missed Bitcoin when it was like 50 cents each. You're trying to get back to a time when you actually had the love of your life and she actually liked you back and you somehow screwed it up. You're trying to get back to that time so that you can redo that time. Well, this tells you when you're going to have an opportunity. This tells you when it's going to happen again. In other words, you don't have to go back in time. You don't have to go back to 1997 to re-experience what happened in 1997 because time is cyclical. What happened in 1997 will happen again in the year 2025 or 6 or 7. Well, you just have to know when it is so that you're ready. If you're not ready, then you're going to miss the next Bitcoin like you missed Ethereum. You're going to miss the next Bitcoin like you also missed SHIB, you missed Doge, you missed Sally, you missed Jill, you missed Jane, whatever. All these girls that you missed. You keep missing these opportunities because you just don't know when they're going to present. This tells you when they're going to present to you. This green line tells you when you're going to be mentally and strategically powerful. This red line tells you when you're going to have strong communication skills and teamwork or fights. And this orange line tells you when you're going to be happy and emotionally strong or have emotional health issues. You're going to be really depressed or really angry or upset. So what ends up happening is, hey, look, the green line is high here, the red line is high here. What does that mean? Green and red are these two things. So what that means is this year, if this was your birth date, this year you're going to have really successful thoughts and strategies. Everything you think of, everything you want to do, everything you plan, and every decision you make is going to be successful. And since this is really high, right around April of 2024, which just passed, if this is your birth date, you're going to be able to convince people to do things. Your team is going to be congealed and everyone's going to work like a well-oiled machine. But for some reason, you're not going to feel that good. Emotionally, you're not going to be satisfied. This is what that means. Now, when you get these two high points, let's say, oh, here, look. July 25th, or this is probably closer to July, August. August, September, the red and the orange lines are both really, really high. What does that mean? You're going to feel great. You're going to be in a great mood, and you're going to have really strong communication skills and not have fights. This is when you take leadership. This is when you take the horns. You tell your boss, let me take this one. Let me guide the team. Let me be the team leader on this one. You tell your coach, I'm going to be the power forward, or I'm going to be the quarterback. I'm going to be the play strategist on this particular month of this year. And then here, where you're really low, these times, you're not going to feel good and you're not going to communicate well. You're not going to feel good and the teamwork just isn't going to be there for you. You're not going to congeal. You're not going to gel. You're not going to be a well-oiled machine. In these cases, step out. Let somebody else lead. Delegate. In these cases where your mind is going to work really well and your thoughts and your plans are going to be really successful and powerful, make decisions, make big decisions. Decide to get married. Decide to change your job. Decide to change your career. Decide to buy one stock or another stock. Decide to do all sorts of things that are like 10-year plans. Make the decisions here, because by the time you get to here, you're going to make really, really poor decisions. But by the time you get to here, you know what you do? Ask for help. Just talk to your brother or talk to a professional, talk to your dad or whoever it is that's really smart and say, hey, I want to buy a house this year, but apparently the time machine tells me that this year I'm mentally weak. Mental is green line. Okay, remember that thoughts and strategies is the green line. And this year I'm weak. So what do you think? I was going to buy a condo right here in Florida. Should I buy this? And your dad's going to say, holy shit, this future view time machine is right. This is the worst idea I've heard from you in a long time. Ever since You wanted to get, you said you didn't feel like a boy and you wanted to find your right body. This is like that level of bad decision making. And your dad's going to be like, instead of buying a house here, you should just rent in, I don't know, in California, or rent in somewhere else until interest rates get lower, and then you can get a fixed rate mortgage and all that. And this is what happens when your emotions and your mental faculties, your mental power is low. Delegate and ask for consulting. When it's high, do it yourself. Now, this obviously it shows you what's going to happen in the future, and it also shows you what happened in the past. So what you can do is, let's say you just met someone, a brand new girl that you just met, and you want to see into her future, what she's been going through. Put her birth date in here, and it'll tell you, hey, 3 years ago she had a really bad relationship, and 5 years ago she was mentally, really emotionally just in a really bad position. What it doesn't tell you is why. What this doesn't tell you is what happened. In the next version, it's actually going to say, car accident, made a ton of money, got sick, got long COVID, actually got married to a really good girl. She got depressed and she got sick, but then she got better. And then you guys had babies, and then the babies just made you really exhausted. It'll tell you all that. There's going to be a layer on top of all this that tells you exactly what causes the ups and what causes the downs. That's going to be a mind trip. That's really going to mess with a lot of people's minds as to how, but it's ancient alien technology. And look, to be able to use all the features, you're going to need to get this. If you click this link, it takes you to this page, and this is Continuum Coin. You're going to need to hold a lot of it to use all the features. And right now there's only 3 WETH in here. There's literally only 50 people holding this coin. So you're at the very bottom. You're at the very, very beginning. It's insane how early you are. And most of these guys are the friends of the developers. Being able to predict the future, when something good and something bad is going to happen, I mean, you're going to be able to know when. Now, today I'm not going to hold meetings. Today I'm just going to sit at home and play my Nintendo. Or today, no, I'm not going to sleep. I'm going to go out and make real estate deals. I'm going to make phone calls. I'm going to shake hands, and I'm going to score that $10 million deal. On these days. On days when you're down, relax, go fishing, and just get someone else to do the work for you. When you know this, you're going to know how to be the most effective and the most powerful, and you're going to know when all those missed opportunities are coming back full circle to you. Because remember, time isn't linear. Time is on a circle. Time is it's like the Nürburgring track in Germany, where you screw up on a hairpin turn. You don't have to go in reverse. You don't have to go back in time to try that hairpin turn again. All you have to do is go forward long enough, and I think it's, an hour and a half or 2 hours long, Nürburgring? Or is it 4 hours long? Anyway, you just go in forward until you get back to that same spot in the track, and you get to try that hairpin turn all over again. You get your shot once again. This time, don't screw it up. Only problem is, most people don't know when they're going to get another chance. This tells you when you're going to get your next chance. And you wouldn't even actually need this if you just sat there and said, hey, I had a really great day today. What happened? When was it? And every single time you had a really great day, let's say you were able to pick up on girls at a bar and actually take them to a hotel for a one-night stand just randomly. You write down those dates when you were successful on hitting on girls and taking them to a hotel room randomly. You would notice that there's an actual pattern. There's a length of time that's about the same every single time you were able to successfully hook up with girls. You would notice that if you picked a stock or picked a coin and you made 500% or 10,000%, and then you did it again, and then you did it again, and all those times you actually wrote down the dates, you would notice that there's a cycle. It's like, oh, it looks like I'm going to pick the right coin again. Oh, it looks like I'm not going to make a good investing decision. Oh, it looks like I am. You would actually, if you wrote down all the dates in your life that's already passed, all the goods and all the bads, it would look like this. It literally would look like this. So you don't have to write down all the dates, because here it is for you. It's just out there. When you're going to make great decisions, when you're going to make bad decisions. When you're going to have great communication skills, and when you're going to end up with fights because your communication just sucks. When you're going to feel good, when you're going to feel bad. Orange is feelings, Green is thoughts. Red is teamwork and communications. And to use all the features, right now anyone can use all the features except it only goes as far as a year and a half forward, I think. But to get all the time and use all the features, you're going to need to hold Cont coin. Continuum. Here it is. Continuum. Here's the address. Here's a chance to see into the future, travel into the future and into the past. Relive all those opportunities you missed, or even opportunities that you loved and you caught and you profited. Relive them again and again and again. Compound your wins.